guys, Valtorious here, Woken here. So, for today's what if theory, right, we're gonna be talking about Kagami Uchiha. So, this came from Mega. Yeah, this came from Mega, like one of my peoples who wrote in the comment section below and was basically saying, like, what if Kagami became the third Hokage instead of Sarutobi? And I was like thinking, that could actually work, because let's just say that Tobirama, when he asked at first, he was like, oh, who's gonna stay behind and stuff to so that way, because at the time the numbers was too great and other shinobis was coming along, and he was like, all right, so who's gonna make the great sacrifice? And he was like, it's the Hokage's job to make the sacrifice instead of the soldiers and stuff, like the ninjas that was with him and stuff. So that's when he made the sacrifice, even though Sarutobi at the time, he was like, oh, I'll join you, but then he said no, because I appoint you to be the successor and you're going to be the third Hokage if anything happens to me. And behold, it did, and he died and stuff. So what if like the numbers was too great, and not only did Tobirama die, but Sarutobi died as well, and it appointed Kagami to be like the next Hokage and stuff. Now, even though Danzo, he saw him as, I guess, like a friend and stuff, because in time, like his ocular power was insane and stuff, because he was like one of the first to unlock like his Kekkei Genkai. His predictability skills was on par. Basically, his chakra levels was kind of out there and stuff, to the point where even when Shisui was saying that he kind of doesn't compare to Kagami, despite he being a descendant from him. So so when you think about it, Kagami and Shisui was kind of like similar to having like the will of fire instead of having like the curse of hatred, to carry on the hatred of, oh, Uchiha was treated this way, so we're gonna just follow in that step and stuff. Because when you think about it, going like backwards with the Senju versus the Uchiha clan, they always kind of like had different values and views and their perspectives of a ninja and stuff, where one would consider like peace, love, harmony, and the other would consider control. You will still kind of get your love, but it will have to be under control and fear and stuff. But it's like, not all of the Uchihas was like that, because Shisui wasn't like that, Itachi wasn't like that, and Kagami wasn't like that. So it's like, you did have like some Uchihas that didn't value and follow the path of revenge instead of going to a different path and stuff. So I was like, yeah, if Kagami was basically appointed to being like the third Hokage and stuff, because he died when he was like 25 years old, apparently. Like he was like 25 when he died. So it's like he would have lived for like a long time, and like I guess even when Minato was elected to be the fourth Hokage, he probably still would have been alive during those times and stuff, and he would have made like he would have been like a benefactor to making like the Uchiha clan better. Like he would have changed it. Like Danzo still would have been there, but I felt like Danzo probably wouldn't have been in fear, because since he was in battle with Kagami, I felt like he wouldn't have had like this like the fear and stuff. And even if he did, I felt like Kagami, they probably would have had like came to like an understanding and stuff, because I don't think it would have been a coup if he would have been leading things and be like, oh, we're gonna do this differently, there's gonna be peace and this and that and stuff. Because the whole story, like the reason why Itachi killed like the entire Uchiha clan to prevent the coup from happening and stuff. But I felt like there probably wouldn't have been any coup if he would have been in control and stuff. And frankly, how Shisui values like all of Kohona and to protect the village, I felt like he would have done the same and stuff. So like any future threats that would have came along, it probably would have been different. Like his ruling would have been interesting, because it's like you have a Uchiha, and you know that Uchihas never really became Hokage. So going off of that, it would have been, I wouldn't say like pressure, because most of the villages in the Hidden Leaf Village, they wasn't really afraid of the Uchiha clan, because it wasn't like that. And it was only because of Danzo's paranoia and also Tobirama's, I guess, prejudice against the Uchiha clans at the time when he was still alive, due to his war with him, Madara, and you know, Azuna and stuff. So, and the rest of the Uchiha clan that he was going up against during his time. So that was probably mainly it and stuff. But overall, I felt like he probably things would have been different and stuff. Like Danzo still would have had like the Ambu Black Ops, and they still would have been doing like their thing and stuff. But I would have said that probably like maybe during like maybe like the Nine-Tails attack or something. Like I felt he probably would have noticed something, and I felt like he probably would have been like, okay, the Nine-Tails Fox is probably like under like some sort of Sharingan manipulation and stuff, and probably I would have strongly say probably would have helped out Minato a little bit better, because when Sarutobi was going up against like the Nine-Tails and stuff, like he was only support, and he can only do so much, while Minato was doing a lot. You know, despite you know, Kushina like nearly on her deathbed, he was pretty much doing a lot and stuff. And I would say that if Kagami probably would have been around a little bit longer those times, he probably would have maybe deactivated the jutsu that was controlling Kurama and stuff, and probably would have figured like, oh, it was a Uchiha that did this, and probably would have questioned the entire Uchiha clan and been like, well, did any of y'all do this and stuff? Did y'all have the power and skilled enough to do this? And at the time, you can kind of say no, because Itachi was like, I guess, a little boy, right? He was like, because he was holding baby Sasuke. So I would say at the time, none of the Uchihas probably would have had that power, and probably would have figured it was somebody who wasn't in the clan that probably did something like this to control Kurama and stuff. But frankly, like I said before, I think he probably would have been the one to have saved you know, Minato and stuff. Probably not from, well, I think, yeah, he probably would have been the one to like save him and stuff, and like, well, you know, not only did he disable it and stuff, but Naruto wouldn't have had to grow up without parents and stuff. He probably would have maybe done something about that and stuff. And also, I felt like even though Sarutobi did his job when Naruto was like a kid, and he like took him fishing, and then they had like a brief talk, and he kind of basically took care of him on the side, giving him money, you know, all this other stuff. But I felt like Kagami would have done like a lot more with the clan and stuff. And hell, even once when the pain stuff would have happened, gotta imagine this: the entire Uchiha clan up against the Akatsuki and stuff. And thinking about it in this situation, like, not only would have built trust, but Danzo would have had more Uchihas in the Ambu Black Ops. So you got to think about it this way: like the Hidden Leaf Village would have been like the most strongest, dominant, I guess, village in all of the villages, basically. Like completely strong. Like their military force would have been great, because all of them got Sharingans and stuff. And Mangekyo Sharingans at that and stuff. Like I said in my previous videos, you gotta imagine the men and females got fucking Susanos towering over it. You know, now I wouldn't say all of them would have had unlocked it. I would have probably said maybe some of them. You're right, like probably like some of them would have had that. And also, Itachi and Shisui. Well, yeah, I probably say like Itachi and Shisui probably would have been would have been like 6th and 7th Hokage. Yeah, I'll probably say that. Because I would say like probably like after maybe like the pain stuff, and maybe towards like the Madara stuff, but I can't really go too far because I can't think of that beyond that. But I'm just saying, like probably like towards the pain stuff, I think, like I said, it wouldn't have been as bad as stuff, because okay, you know, it was so much that the Ambu can do. They didn't really have much powerful forces and stuff. And the only person that they was kind of waiting on to save them was Naruto, because everybody basically died. So, you know, only a handful of people that was kind of alive, but the rest of everybody was dead. You know, Pain just murdered everybody. But under Kagami's control, man, it would have been a whole different story. Probably like a whole different story. Like Naruto would have had some backup, and it wouldn't have been bad. He wouldn't have needed to go all what was it? 8 tails, almost 9. No, he went 6, but he almost unlocked it. Oh, well, yeah, he almost unlocked like the full 9 and stuff. But that would have happened and stuff. And also, you would have had Minato that would have been there. So Minato would have been also doing some things as well and stuff, because as Kagami would have gotten like just a bit older, you know, you would have had like Minato still there and stuff. And then, like I said before, Itachi would have been elected, you know, after and stuff. And probably same with Shisui. Oh, fuck it, Shisui would have been Itachi's like right hand man. While, well, then again, Shisui did have like the most powerful Sharingan. But either way, I think it probably would have been Itachi. Like Itachi probably would have been like the 6th Hokage. Shisui would have been like his bodyguard or his right hand man. Yeah, he probably would have been like his right hand man and stuff over the whole ordeal and stuff. But I mean, each person who've like been Hokage, they would have had like a role to play, because, you know, like I said, like the feudal lords and trying to like bring peace together, like that would have been one of his goals as well, to like maybe fix things as well and not just have everything to be divided and stuff, which would have prompted Naruto to have like high respect towards Kagami, to be like, yeah, this is what you want, like this is his goals and stuff. So he probably would have been like following off of that. And Sasuke as well, because again, there's no slaughter, there's no coup, none of that. So, you know, it would have been like I said, like in my previous videos as well, that it would have been like a friendly rivalry between Naruto versus Sasuke, and who's gonna become Hokage. So think about how in Black Clover, how you have like Asta and, you know, how they fighting to become like the Wizard King. So it'd be just like that. It'd be like Naruto and Sasuke fighting to be like, oh, who's gonna be like the next Hokage or something, you know. And again, like all types of other things would have been breaking down and stuff. And then also you would have had Naruto and Sasuke probably like going up against Pain or something. Think about that too, with the backing of the Uchiha clan. So again, like I said before, it would have been like so much firepower within the Hidden Leaf. It would have been no joke and stuff, because like I said before, Kagami's ideas and his ocular jutsus and how powerful he was as a Uchiha, it said a lot. Like it said a lot on how powerful like he actually was and stuff. And it was just sad that he had to die, you know. It was sad that he had to die and stuff, even though if Sarutobi would have died along with Tobirama and stuff, and he would have been elected like the next Hokage, I think it probably would have worked. I think it would have worked. I don't think like his ruling would have been bad, because like I said, the Will of Fire, his ideas and his goals and how he viewed things, you know, it would have been an interesting case to see him to be you know, Hokage for like a while and stuff. But I don't know how long he would have been Hokage for. You know, he probably would have been Hokage to like a certain point, because when Sarutobi was Hokage, he was, I think, what was he, 60, 70 years old or something, because he was pretty old. So I would say that he probably would have been maybe around maybe Sarutobi's age, probably, maybe like 40, 50, you know, 60, maybe, I don't know. But because he died 25, like he was so young when he died, so we don't know how old he would have been, like going up to like maybe you know, Minato's days and stuff, and then maybe died at a certain point, and then would have been like, oh, here you go, now Itachi's gonna take over the mantle and stuff. Because again, everybody in the Uchiha clan would have been at peace. Like there would have been no coup of anything. And like I said, I think Danzo the most probably wouldn't have want to kill Kagami. I don't think it would have been like that, because they worked so well in battle and stuff. And I would strongly say once when Kagami died, I felt like maybe that's when he probably was like, oh, he died, and we was kind of like teammates and stuff. I don't care for the Uchiha clan. Now they dangerous, because I can't trust nobody now. So I would strongly say that. But then again, everything was different from novels, and then some stuff that happened in the manga. Like everything was completely different. But yeah, Kagami to be like Hokage, and like I said before, his goals and his views on things would have been completely different. But yeah, you know, if you like what you heard what you like, you know, please subscribe, share, you know, do all that wonderful stuff, and I'll catch you later.